Hello everybody and welcome to the video. Today our goal is to build fence up there. Adrian's bringing the cattle down plenty fast. But our goal, we have fence up there, we just need to run it through the fence row. You can't see it here, but from here. But there's a few hundred feet through a thick fence row that we're gonna have to cut out the fence row quite a bit, or inside, try to make it like a hole in it, through it, and then we'll run the fence through there. And they're down. What we did here is we just laid down the fence, or we loosened it from that pole there, and we tied it up here so the cattle cannot come up here, and the shocker's unplugged already. So that's good to go. And we also have two guys coming to help with this. Bryant, our neighbor, and Donovan, our neighbor, that they've been working on the house for the past while. I think Bryant's here already, but I'm not sure about Donovan. Well, I need to go to the rental property to get one thing. That's some treated wood. The reason is when we run the fence through the fence rows, we're probably not really going to be putting many posts in there. It'll just be up against the trees. And how we're going to do that is with like insulators. They'll be on the fence. Then you could just go straight to the tree, like staple them to the tree. But they will then, like maybe 8-10 years, the tree will grow around it, and you can't get it out without cutting down the tree or cutting the fence, or maybe pulling it through all the way. But if you have like that wood, piece of board, and then staple to that, it'll be a lot longer before the tree grows around the fence. So that's why we need the wood. But do you think that's gonna be okay? No straps, the longer board sticking halfway out over, but I did turn it away from traffic, so we should be okay. It's still on, but if you hit a bump pretty good, it'll go bouncing like crazy. Like that wasn't even that much of a bump, but it bounced some. I need these pliers. I think they're gonna work. Hope they do. For the fence, it's crooked and the gripples don't slide on the fence like they need to. So we're gonna try straighten it with this, and hopefully that works. We got out to the other end, and well, that fence's bottom side's ready to be tensioned. Get to a post. Oh, this one post doesn't have a drill bit. So now I need to find a drill bit, which I'm not sure, there might be one in here. This size. Yeah, I'm not sure where they are. Okay, after looking for a while, I finally found it. Found one that'll work. Should be a pretty nice size bit. Here we go. Just got a drill probably about this high. Get the hole started. Pretty well straight. They mowed along here with the Super C and that side. It's easier to get to it now than when there's posts. So that makes it a little bit nicer. We got two insulators. We're gonna be putting one on that pole back there, and the other is just gonna hang there. So that way once it will, if something happens and that one breaks or something, we have another one right there, because we have to slide these on. This is how it's looking now. Not before, it looked like that over there. You just can't walk through. This has been trimmed up, the chainsaw and little scissors things, and here's the old fence. Yeah. we're gonna tie into, or did tie into, down there. It's gonna go all the way up through. Here's some blocks of concrete where I guess some wood would have sat, or lumber I believe, for when they were gonna build a school. Church across the road, but they never did because they got into an argument. It was kind of a silly argument from what I hear. But yeah, there's concrete in the middle of the fence row. We're gonna take a lunch break right now. Dad went to get some more white posts, and we're gonna eat now and take a little bit of a longer lunch break because it's kind of warm out. These are new posts Dad got. Put a few in now. These clips, kind of neat. They'll just, it's a two-piece clip like this. You just slide it over, and then it's slid over. You just spin this nut on very simply, and it tightens it down. You just spin this nut on here, tightens it down, and it doesn't slide. Very simple. It's looking good. Fence is laying on the ground yet, but we've got a few posts in here. The others are doing a really nice job when it comes to cleaning it up. Dad's running the chainsaw and just cutting kind of the bigger stuff out. Then the others are going along picking it all up, trying to throw it that way, so the cattle don't have to mess with it. Hopefully the cattle come in here and clean it up a little bit on this side. This is the neighbor's side. But yeah, that's what we're kind of working at now, and I'm putting fence posts in. Yep, keep going. Something that we found that's kind of neat is this old barbed wire. There's one strand of it, and then I tried to pull it all together and, you know, wrap it up. Trying to make it neat. It kept falling apart. It is extremely old and rusted and brittle. But that's from the guy that had the farm before my grandpa did, which he moved here in early 70s, if I remember right, from hearing stories. Then I guess there would have been a barbed wire fence here. So that's kind of interesting to see that. But that's 70, no, what did I figure out? 60 years minimum. That's if it would have been like brand new when my grandpa moved here, but it's probably old then already. So it's probably more, it's hard telling how old. It could even be 100 years old, I'm not sure, but it's old. It's just been laying there, doing nothing. Look what we found. A little gravestone. No idea why it would be here. It just says L.G. So like initials LG. There's a graveyard about 500 feet, 700 feet that way of this. But it doesn't even look like it'd be a proper place to bury anybody. It's so stony. But I don't know. We'll just let it lay there. Somebody cut down a big tree. I'm gonna keep pounding posts in. There's another gripple. The fence was broke. I think what I'm gonna do is grab a pliers and try to really bend this back piece way back. Same here, or to the side or something, so they for sure don't, if they ever do come loose, they'll have a harder time pulling out. Here's weed seed bales. There's 4 bales in the fence row here that we just set in here about a year ago that had a bunch of weeds in it, weed seeds. So we just baled them up, set them in here because we didn't want to bed them or anything and have to spread them back out on the field because that'd be kind of going against ourselves. So we just set them in the fence row and let them rot. been a while since I've had a chance to film. But what Donovan's doing over there is stapling this onto here. And that's the end of as far as they got with cutting into the fence row. We have enough to make one paddock. That'll be enough for now. Then sometime we can continue going out through, and eventually this whole upper field will be fenced in, but we're not there yet. We're working on it. Dad just checked the fence over here, and there's no voltage. I mean, there's only 4,000 volts right there. The voltage comes from this side, so he's gonna go see if he can find something where it's grounding out. But the thing is, there's electric connected to fence that runs directly through the fence row where we didn't clean it up yet, so I figure a lot of it, or if not all of it's being lost there. He's gonna go see if he can find something. It's 4th of July, and when fireworks go off, there's a good chance cattle can get out pretty easily. So yeah, have to be a little bit careful. Come here, you. Ah, missed. Got him. Yep, there he is. Got him. A little lightning bug. Bye-bye. There he goes. Lots of lightning bugs are coming up in the yard. It's not even dark yet, but the sun has set. Fireworks are starting to go off. We might go watch some from our town. So we'll see. Basically all we did since supper was treat some cattle for worms and got ready to go camping. Just guys are gonna go camping tonight because we just decided to go camping. Down at Criswell Farm, set up a tent, cleaned up out of the pasture a little bit so the cattle can't get to the tent area, and cleaned up some of the manure and mowed it, you know, cleaned it up a little bit. So that's what we're gonna do now, but first we need to clean off the back of the Ranger before we fill it up with stuff. That's much better. We got a clevis and a chain on there. That's all we need on there. Everything else has been cleaned off. Well, we don't even technically need that, but it's just handy to have those along. This is the dewormer stuff that we gave. It's Ivermectin. It's a ivermectin. It's pour it on their back. I have no idea how that works to get rid of worms, but apparently it does. So that's just what we've been using for now, because organic stuff has just not been really working right, and these cattle aren't certified organic. We raise them as organic, but they're not certified, and they're younger, so it'll be pretty well out of their system by the time they're 2 years old. We're gonna get ready to go camping. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll throw the fireworks in after this clip, but we did that before, so that way if you don't want to watch the whole thing, you don't have to, because fireworks are kind of boring. But thanks for watching. Tell me what do you think of this series that I'm trying to do of explaining how farm equipment, and probably gonna do other stuff, other equipment too. What do you think of that? If you like that, I'm gonna continue doing it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.